Hey everyone, today I'm going to be making a quick video that's going to cover the differences between Shopify and Bigcommerce. Now, Bigcommerce and Shopify are probably the two most popular website builders if you're looking to start your own online store. For anyone just starting out, I'm going to kind of go over the basics. And just before we go ahead and start here, I want to let you guys know that these are very similar platforms, and it's likely that both of them will work for what you're trying to do. There's just a few minor differences that I want to cover, and there's a few reasons that one will work better than the other for certain types of businesses. So obviously this is my opinion, a lot of this, and just information from my experience. So you may want to try them out yourself, but let me give you my thoughts. So obviously the first thing we're going to go over here is pricing. You'll see I have Shopify open up here on the left, and it'll show you their pricing right here for their basic plans. They have three basic categories: your basic Shopify, your regular Shopify, and then the advanced Shopify. Now if you go look over on the right side here, for Bigcommerce, they have the same three basic platforms, very comparable, and as you can see, the pricing is comparable as well. Now, for the purpose of this demonstration, this review, basically we're going to focus on the standard and the plus plans, because that's what 95% of you guys are going to need, especially when you're just starting out. I think Shopify has said that the plus is their most popular, and so I'd assume probably the same with Bigcommerce. And the middle plan is usually what I end up using for a lot of things, but really you're just fine starting with the standard plan in most cases with either platform. So you can see pricing is pretty similar, starting at $29 a month or $29.95 a month for Bigcommerce. 95 cents more basically for the first two plans on Bigcommerce. Pretty comparable there, so doesn't really sway either way. Where the things start to really get different is in the transaction fees. So as you can see on the left here for Shopify, their credit card rates. You can see online credit card rates start at 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction if you have the basic plan, and then they go down to 2.6% plus 30 cents for the next plan up, and then a little bit further down for the advanced plan. Now you can see where it may pay to actually spend a little bit more on this middle plan if you're going to be doing enough volume to make up that extra 0.3% in savings versus the little bit extra you're spending on the monthly plan. So those are the credit card fees for Shopify, and Shopify has their own payment processor, which it's really a great thing. One of the reasons I love Shopify is because they have Shopify payments. Allows you to take credit cards on your store. You don't have to use PayPal, and it's really an amazing feature. Very easy to set up. They require very little information from you. You'll be up and running basically immediately once you start your store. Now let's compare that over here to Bigcommerce. And the thing with Bigcommerce is they don't really have their own credit card processor, but they do use something called Braintree, which is powered by PayPal. I think it's a partnership or something like that. I'm not a big fan of PayPal, and that's kind of the main reason I don't like using this processor. But as you can see, their fees are fairly comparable. Slightly lower here on the middle plan at 2.5% versus Shopify's 2.6%. But still a 30-cent transaction fee in addition to the percentage. So pretty comparable on the payment processing fees. And you also need to realize that you can use any other payment processor you want with either of these. So with Shopify, I would definitely recommend you use the Shopify payments, but with Bigcommerce, I'd probably recommend you find something else, such as Stripe or something like that. You could even just use regular old PayPal if you want. But Shopify does integrate with 70 additional payment gateways at least, last I checked, and I think Bigcommerce is more so around 40 other options for you. So still a lot. You'll be fine with either. So at this point, they're still pretty even. Now, when it comes to payment processing, one other thing we want to talk about is the fees when you're using a processor that's other than, Braintree for Bigcommerce or Shopify payments. If you're using your own payment processor, you'll see up here under transaction fees for Bigcommerce that they have 0 transaction fees. So that means if you're not using their payment processor, they will not charge you any additional fees on top of what your external payment processor is charging you. So that's a big plus of Bigcommerce. And as you can see here with Shopify, if you're using Shopify payments, they won't charge you any additional fees. But if you do decide to use an external gateway payment processor, they'll still charge you a fee on top of what your payment processor charges you. So 2% if you have this plan, 1% for the middle plan, 0.5% for the advanced plan. If you do plan on using something other than Shopify payments with Shopify, this is a big plus to go with the middle plan. You're saving 1% on all your payments, and that 1% savings makes a big difference and goes a long ways towards that $79 a month. So that's something to keep in mind if you have another payment processor that you'd rather use. But once again, I'd say Shopify Payments is probably the best payment processor for anyone just starting out. So I'm still going to give the plus to Shopify on this. But if you're set on using another payment processor, consider Bigcommerce. All right. The next thing we probably should cover is the trials. Now, I'll put some links in the description to get you guys some free trials of both of these. So if you want to go down and check those out, you can click over and start a free trial. Both of them offer a great free trial program. No credit card necessary. They require very little information. Shopify will give you 14 days, and Bigcommerce will give you 15 days. If you click those links, it'll take you right to the free trial page and you can sign up directly. Very easy. I'd even recommend you try them both out if you're still unsure after this video. Give them both a quick shot and see which one you like better. So I think that's a great thing that they both offer. The next thing we're going to want to talk about is your themes. So the theme is going to be what your store looks like, the layout of your store, basically your starting place. They both offer free themes. They both offer paid themes. Now, in the past, I've always been able to get by with free themes. And Shopify has, I know, at least 10 free themes. And some of them have multiple variations. So it's probably more like, 20, 25 if you count the variations. While Bigcommerce only has around 7, last I checked. So I do think Shopify has a little bit of an advantage when it comes to the actual way the themes are laid out, the way the themes look. And I think a lot of that comes from the fact that Shopify has people, external graphic designers, independent designers that can do a lot of their themes for their theme store, both the free ones and the paid ones. Whereas Bigcommerce, I'm pretty sure they design all their themes in-house. So not as much creativity goes into those. Some of them are looking a little outdated. Still good ones, but with themes, free themes, Shopify takes the win. Now, as far as paid themes go, paid themes would be more for, if you're going to be selling a unique set of products or something where you need a specific theme that can't fit into these paid or these free themes that are kind of targeted at a broad audience. So that's what the paid themes would be for. Most of them are costing around $150 to $250 with both platforms if you want to upgrade to a paid theme. And again, Shopify, I think their paid themes are far better. and they also offer a much larger number of them. So overall, themes, Shopify takes the win. Now, consider with your themes, I really don't think there's rarely a need for you to have a paid theme for your store. So I think Shopify is great because they do have the additional free themes. And you also got to keep in mind that you can customize any of these themes, even the free ones. And if you don't know how to do that, there are people who can help you out very easily. Places like Upwork. You could find a freelancer or anybody. It could be pretty cheap to basically tweak your theme pretty much to whatever you want. So that's themes. Now, as far as customization goes, since we're on the topic, both of them allow you to customize your themes as far as colors, fonts, layout, things like that. That's very easy. You could do that yourself. And both of them are pretty even in that aspect. Bigcommerce does seem to allow maybe a little bit more customization when it comes to colors and fonts and stuff like that. Say, instead of making your whole website red, you could they might allow you to section it off. Or instead of making all your main body text gray, they might allow you to use multiple colors in there, whereas Shopify might, segment things into larger groups. So I'd say a little less customization right out of the box with Shopify, but Bigcommerce probably takes the win there. So one thing about Shopify when it does come to customizing your theme, customizing the way your store looks, is that it's probably simpler on Shopify. It's really a simple setup. They have very intuitive, user-friendly, very easy, and Bigcommerce isn't difficult. Just takes a little more time to learn how things work and how they have things set up. But they're both fairly easy to customize and similar in that aspect. So another important thing is going to be the apps that you can add to your store, or the plugins. So apps can be very useful in helping you automate tasks within your store. Shopify has over 1,700 apps, and every Shopify app that I've ever used has performed flawlessly. Now, Bigcommerce, I think they have somewhere around 300 to 400 apps, but they do include some features standard that Shopify you would need to get an app for. So they don't need as many apps. So keep that in mind, but I think it's good to have the variety of apps that Shopify gives you to really customize your store and the way it performs to do whatever you need it to do. One of the main things with Shopify is, as far as apps go, is that I know they have the Oberlo app, which is great if you're looking to drop ship products from AliExpress. The Oberlo app is the way to do that. It allows you to easily import all your products, import pictures, shift everything directly over from AliExpress. Makes it very easy, very seamless process, and that app is available on Shopify. I don't believe it's available on Bigcommerce as of yet. It may be coming out in the future, but as I'm making this video, I'm pretty certain that it's not available. So if you are looking to dropship via AliExpress, then 100% Shopify is the way you need to go right now. Alright, so as far as the user interface goes, both are very similar. You log into your dashboard, and you could probably look at some of our other videos. We will do more in-depth reviews, and we've done some in the past that show you how to do certain things on these platforms, and you can see what the dashboards look like, etc. But I'd really recommend you just click those links in the description where you can get your free trial, 15 days or 14 days for Shopify, and check it out for yourself. But back to the user interface, as far as that goes, they're very similar. I'd compare Shopify almost to like an Apple product, and BigCommerce maybe to Microsoft. I don't know. I mean, if that makes sense, and everything, but Shopify is very clean, very easy to use, and BigCommerce is also easy to use. They're very similar. However, you may need a little more technical skill just to do a few things with BigCommerce, but as a reward for that, they will allow you to make more changes and allow more customization a lot of the time. So hopefully that analogy makes a little bit of sense to you guys, and you know, things in Shopify might be done by the click of a button, whereas you might need to go in and copy and paste a little code or go, you know, through a few more steps to do a change in BigCommerce. But both very easy to learn. Probably an over-exaggeration what I'm saying here because they are so similar, and overall they're both great. Now, reliability, I've never had a problem with either, and I don't really know of anybody that has, so I wouldn't worry about reliability. Let's see, what else do we need to go over? Another important feature is abandoned cart recovery. So there are apps for this, and it's also included in some of these plans. Let's see, I know in the middle plans you will get abandoned cart recovery. Okay, right here, BigCommerce has abandoned cart saver. You do get that with the Plus plan, which is $79.95 a month, abandoned cart saver. Whereas Shopify, let's see, abandoned cart recovery. Okay, once again you get that with the middle plan, $79 a month. Another great reason to go with the Plus plan or the medium plan with either of these platforms. Abandoned cart recovery is a fantastic feature to have, and basically what it does is, if you don't know, it allows you to send emails to customers who started the checkout process or added something to their cart. You can send a recover email to them to try to encourage them to come back to your store and finish their purchase. Now, I think one thing that BigCommerce does well with this is it allows you to send, at least last time I had a store with them, they allowed you to send multiple emails to one person, whereas Shopify, through their standard abandoned cart recovery, they only allow you to send one email, and I'm pretty sure on this. So it's kind of nice that BigCommerce allows you to send multiple emails, but that could also open you up to maybe abusing it a little bit and making your customers upset. I don't know for sure, but I do like that about BigCommerce. Now, keep in mind that both of these platforms offer you know, independent apps that will allow you to add abandoned cart recovery. Not all apps are free, so there's probably going to be a small monthly fee or initial fee for the abandoned cart recovery app if you don't get the Plus plan. But I'm just letting you know, so if you do still go with this basic Shopify or the basic standard BigCommerce, that you can still have abandoned cart recovery capabilities with an independent app that you can add pretty easily. So other than that, I think we've basically went over everything. I mean, there's really not too many differences. If there's something I didn't go over here, it's probably because it's the same on both platforms. One other thing I will mention about Shopify is that they, I think, at least have better capabilities with selling through Facebook. They even offer a plan, I think, yeah, right here, called Shopify Lite. So it's only $9 per month, and you can sell your products on Facebook. You don't get an online store. You don't get a website. I guess you do get an online store, but it's only through Facebook. So that's a good option. I think you can also add it, maybe if you have another website already, you can add some of your products to your existing website through Shopify Lite. So that's a benefit, but really, even if that's all you're planning to do, I'd recommend at least the basic Shopify, just to get all these extra features. and an actual web store. So I think that's what all we're going to go over in this video here today. Both of them allow you to create shipping labels. Both of them allow you to create gift cards, discount codes for your clients, or for your email marketing, whatever. Yeah, I can't think of anything else that's really too different between them other than what we've gone over. So it's tough to pick a winner. Both platforms are great. Both are very powerful. And I don't think either of them is going to give you too much headache when you're creating your store. They're very similar, and but I do think there are a few reasons you should consider Shopify over BigCommerce. Now, of course, this is going to depend on what you're selling. If you're selling, if you're drop shipping from AliExpress, Shopify all the way. If you're selling a digital product, Shopify is probably the way to go there too, because they have some great apps that can help you with that. If you want more customization in your store, BigCommerce might help you out there a little bit. If you want to use an external payment gateway, BigCommerce won't charge you those transaction fees on top of what your external gateway is going to be charging. You got the more apps available with Shopify. Shopify, I'd say, is a more beginner-friendly platform, a little bit easier to use. They have more free templates, better free templates. And Shopify Payments, if you don't have an external payment gateway, Shopify Payments is extremely easy to set up, and you're not dealing with PayPal, so that's always a plus. So even with the lead going to Shopify, I'd really suggest that you take a look at both of them. Go ahead and start your free trial. Just check it out. No risk to you. I'm just trying to help some people out here choosing which option is going to be best for them, best for their business. I want to see more people start selling online. It's really pretty amazing when your first sale comes in. It's a pretty good feeling once you built your store. Really, both of these platforms, you can create your store within a few hours. Get a basic store up and running, and then of course you'll still have some tweaking to do on little things, customization, but a few hours, get your store set up, then start making changes till you start making sales, and it's really a great feeling. So I appreciate you all watching. Sorry if I'm a little bit all over the place on this video. Just wanted to throw it together really quick and get some of this information out there to you guys, give you my thoughts on this. But thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day.